Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast.
Turn the page. This is the world's favorite place to go for fun, intrigue, and informative car talk. It is the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Today, coming to you from the Hovis' Hemi Hideout in Brookshire, Texas. It's a big open house, and we're going to grab somebody else here to talk to in just a few minutes. Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History. And I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. You know, is Seitz here?
He was. I talked to you just a few minutes ago.
Bill Seitz, if you're here, we want to talk to you. Bill.
There he is,
Bill
right there.
Seitz. Paging Bill Seitz.
Yeah. You're going to have to cut that conversation short. This is
come
important
on,
stuff
buddy.
here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here he comes.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
There you go.
So now, you know.
He's moving at Don Armstrong speed, though.
I know.
The things that you guys say bad about me, it ain't nothing compared to this guy here.
We don't say nothing bad. We just tell the truth.
We think it a lot.
That's the problem.
I'm thinking something right now.
Yes, I'm sure that you are.
Sit into the light, sir.
Yeah. Come
Step
on
into
in,
the
Bill.
Can't get away. Yes, sir.
If you're a regular listener of this show and our remote broadcasts out here at the Hemi Hideout, it wouldn't be right if we didn't have Bill Seitz here.
Yeah.
Bill is the one that introduced me to John. Bill, I just blame Bill for everything, actually.
He does.
Yeah,
most people do.
Yeah, you know,
We're always blaming Mike.
How many thousands of dollars have I spent on Corvettes and Corvette parts because of you?
I'm not even going to answer that.
Because was it a '69 Corvette that you had back in that time period?
I had one and Sharon had one.
Yeah, you had the yellow one and Sharon had the red one.
She had the one that won all the awards, and mine was just hanging around.
And at the time, everybody made fun of Bill's banana yellow Corvette with the brown interior.
Banana.
I thought it was perfect.
You know what? In today's day and age, it's great. It matched great. I mean, why not? The only other color would have been black.
As things go out of style, they come back in style.
That's it.
Yeah,
well,
Right.
I should have kept it.
Don's been in style twice.
did it have a tilt? Did you? Yeah, that's right.
Not going there.
Did it have a tilt front end on it?
Yes, it did.
The-
It had a complete Eckler body, back end, front end, everything.
Is Eckler still in business?
He passed away, but I think
Automotive
company's still
One,
out there.
or Top Automotive, or something. They changed the name, whatever the case may be. But yeah, and that's why you bought it, was it? You didn't put that on there.
Yeah, I did. I did all the work on it. Geez, give me a little credit here, Don.
Did you put that tilt front end on there?
Yeah, I had a I had a wreck going to the Corvette Club meeting out in Katy.
An opportunity
A
arose.
guy stopped too quickly, and I was looking around, and the other guy didn't quite stop, and I was third in line, and I didn't stop at all. And it pretty well mashed up the front end. And a guy got out of his car. I hit a little compact of some kind underneath the back end, and the guy that he hit was this huge, looked like a football player in a Jaguar.
Oh Lord.
And he comes back, and we talk for a minute, and he looks, he says, "Man, there's no damage on my car at all." And I looked at it, and I said, "You're right." And the back end was kind of wavy where it met the doors.
You sent him on his way.
Yeah, I was able to actually drive the car to the Corvette Club meeting.
Seriously?
Where they.
I didn't know you then, did I? I don't.
I don't think so.
No.
That might have been. So we got to the Corvette Club meeting. Everybody came out and looked at the car, and they bought me adult beverages the entire evening.
Yeah. And you imbibed.
And
Was
drowned
Sharon-
your sorrows.
Was Sharon with you?
No,
She was not.
that was before Sharon.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
So you have an accident. You go to the club. They get you drunk, and then you got to
Hey,
drive home.
I didn't say they
Oh,
got me
okay.
drunk.
Just making sure.
No.
I don't remember much of it.
Can't say I was drunk. Don't remember that.
I don't remember I was drunk.
Okay,
Yeah.
moving right along.
But, and I asked Bill off the air before we got on the air this morning, as a matter of fact. He was talking about Sharon, and I've known them both, well, since I knew you.
50
'Cause
years.
Yeah.
The
But
big
you
5-0.
you were married to Sharon, I think, weren't you, when I met you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't date that long. We got married pretty quick.
Yeah, like a month or something.
6 weeks.
Was it 6 weeks?
You
It was
trying to
6
keep
weeks.
up with Don or what?
Thank you, Mars. Thank you for that bit of encouragement. Yeah. But anyway. Well, Hovis, apparently you've pulled the wool over his eyes, too, because he had some nice things to say about you, and I thought, I kept going. No.
I watched you.
Did you?
Yeah.
You saw it? Yeah. I remember the phone call that I got from you. Hey, man, what's going on? I said, Bill, I haven't talked to you in months. He said, yeah, I know, but I wanted to call and tell you about this place that I'm involved with. And how many calls have I gotten like this? Yeah, this guy's building this really cool place out in Brookshire. Yeah, uh-huh. He says, yeah, and when we get it done, I want you to come out and look at it. I think you're going to be really impressed.
You thought it was
okay, sure.
You thought it was a pole barn.
Yeah, a pole barn. And you called me, I guess it was 6-9 months later.
Yep.
And
The rest is history.
the rest is history. And there were only, I don't know, a couple dozen signs in here at the time. It was stark. As a matter of fact, we have video of it somewhere, of it back in the day when it was filled with cars and a few signs. This sign has been here, I think, since the beginning.
John bought that sign before we built the barn.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, where in the world would you think you were going to put this? He said, I don't know, I'll find a place. And I looked at the drawings one day, and I looked at the sign. We did some measuring. I said, you're not going to believe it, but it fits that wall like it was made for.
Yeah, it does.
So
Yeah.
that was
Perfect
another one of those
fit.
blind luck things that happens on occasion.
Yeah, well, I want to know about the trials and tribulations. What were some of
The building. He's talking about
the building?
Oh, okay.
No, listen, we could sit days and talk about trials and tribulations. I remember a trip that we all took together. Matter of fact, we'll go that route. It was the Corvette Expo in Oklahoma City.
Yep, in the wintertime.
In the wintertime. And I mistakenly allowed my nice, beautiful, custom,
Yeah.
semi-custom car to be outdoors on the back of a 2-car hauler to go up to Oklahoma City from Houston, Texas, along with a trailer that was behind that. And it snowed on the way there. And even though the car wasn't rolling down the road, it might as well have been. It took me all of that night and the next morning before the show opened to clean up the absolute disaster that happened on the freeway with all of the rain and the dirt and the mud and the snow all over my car.
We drove our cars, and they weren't any dirtier than yours was.
God, I know. I should have just driven it.
Yep.
But anyway, so we got to the convention center, and I can't remember the boy's name, but he decided that he needed to paint a piece of the car that he was showing. And he happened to be
not your car.
not my car. He happened to be my roommate. I always wind up with these oddball roommates.
Yeah, you do.
Rob Geiger, to name one. But I can't remember his name, a little bitty, short, skinny guy. And so what did we do? Not we, he. He rolled in an air compressor into the bathroom and painted this piece.
Donnie Lampton.
Donnie Lampton painted this piece in the bathtub at 10 o'clock at night.
In the hotel.
In the hotel, in the Holiday Inn.
You had to move the transmission out of the bathtub.
Just about. They put some plastic down in there and sprayed it in the bathtub. That was an interesting thing I'd never been a part of before, but, I'm sure that the Holiday Inn loved it.
Didn't room with him again, did you?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Didn't room with him again, did you?
No. I don't think he's with us anymore, is he?
No, Donnie's passed on.
Yes. Well, probably too many paint fumes,
Just
I would
gonna say.
imagine.
And a big Holiday Inn in the sky.
Yeah. But that wasn't the end of it because, the next morning the show opened. We worked until they said, you can't stay here anymore. You have to get out. And then we got there before the doors opened the next morning to continue to clean. Drove the car all the way up there and didn't realize that the awards basically were already predetermined with the car clubs around Oklahoma City. So there was not a chance of me winning anything
the
other
deck
than
was
honorable mention or something. Yeah, the deck was stacked. But that was then, and today is today.
Yeah.
Live and learn.
Got your points, got your ribbon.
That happens sometimes with car show awards.
Yes.
I've got a little story to tell you about that, too, if you'd like to hear
I'd
it.
love to hear it.
Corvette Expo here in Houston.
Yes.
When it was a big show.
Don Cooper.
Don and Diane Cooper ran that show.
Yes.
And I was a vendor there as well as showing the cars. And they said, hey, I want you to help me out. And I was thinking, okay. Judge the Corvette girl contest. They had a beauty contest. No. So they had 10 or 15 gals up there and got tabulated all the winners and losers, and they had the top 3 and turned that in, and Don was getting ready to announce. I said, Don, you got them backwards. I said, that's first place, not third place. He said, it doesn't make any difference. Just give out the awards. So that sort of happens sometimes. So some gal that should have had first place
got
forever got third.
Ruined her life.
Second place did all right, though.
Yeah.
True story. But
Yes. That was at the Albert Thomas Convention Center.
Started at Albert Thomas and then moved to the George R. Brown.
No. Did it move to?
Yeah.
Really?
I remember the
I don't-
Corvette Expo one time at George R. Brown. We didn't
Back-
come to many of them, but some.
Well, the interesting thing about the Albert Thomas Convention Center is it was held in the upstairs part of the convention center.
Yep.
And there was only one elevator,
Slow.
a slow hydraulic elevator that went from the ground floor up, and it only held one car at a time.
Yep.
So there were probably at least 100 cars.
Took a while.
To get up there and then to get down. It was quite the thing. And Craig Bierman, as a matter of fact, had his pearl white Corvette
69 model.
on the rotisserie, on the roundabout thing. So we go up the escalator, you get off the elevator, and there was Craig's car. Yeah.
Ever the showman. Still doing it.
Yeah.
Still doing well.
Yeah. So those are some of the stories that we like to tell.
Indeed.
Ask him what he had for breakfast yesterday. He can't tell you.
Yes, I can. An egg and a banana.
But not in that order.
Not even going there.
No. Let me think. I remember one particular Autorama, as a matter of fact, that was held at Astro Hall.
Yeah.
And we were part of our own club, I think, at that time. We had the Corvettes of Houston Car Club.
Yes.
And we had a Corvette corral, if you will, which I hate that. But anyway, it was a Corvette corral. And it was raining again. And going into Thanksgiving, just like it is today. And you and Sharon had wrapped her red 69 Corvette with some sort of plastic and then trailered it over there, and the plastic flapped on the paint and it buffed up the paint. Do you remember that?
No.
No, he doesn't admit it, but
That
it did.
is pretty decisive no there.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't recall that at all.
Yeah, I do.
I remember
Because you got there
buffing
and
on
you
the
took the
car.
plastic wrap off of it, trying to keep the rain off of it, and you go, oh my gosh. And of course, Sharon was freaked out.
Oh, yeah.
And
That was her baby.
because it was
She
her
loved
car,
it.
yeah.
And listen, this was a woman that always had Q-tips and toothbrushes to make sure that everything around every emblem in every little nook and cranny was clean of any kind of wax or whatever
That's
it
the way
was.
you do it.
Did it all herself.
Yeah.
I didn't work on that one at
No,
all.
she wouldn't let you.
She was the first place winner. I was also ran.
You were in third place because they reversed
didn't
the
even get
order.
third.
Yeah, it was. That's right. He was in the beauty contest
There you
too.
go.
That's right.
You lost out.
That was that whole story started when we got married, and I said I'd like another Corvette to go with this one, so I'll just tell her it's going to be for her. She won't like it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
How
I
did
think
that
I
work
told-
out for you?
Great. She ended up best of show 2 years running, woman owner, magazine coverage, big trophies.
Everything.
Also ran right here.
Yeah. So she moved you and your trophies out into the
Yeah,
garage.
she married you because you were the trophy.
Dude,
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Is she here so that she
I don't know.
No, unfortunately, she's not.
No, she's
She
listening.
can listen to the playback.
Wait a minute. Here she is now. Hello, Sharon.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. It's been an interesting road.
Yeah, it has been.
Uh-huh. And thanks to you, it works for all of us.
It's
The
fun for
United
us.
Way.
Probably totally boring for these people, but hey.
Well, it's funny because it's stories like this that keep them coming back.
Yeah.
I can't believe that this guy is
What
still
about us?
friends with him. Yeah.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
There's a fellow that's here today, by the way, Don, I got to mention to you, and I'll bring him up here when I locate him, that you remember from our old Corvette days 50 years ago. Jeff, where's the last name?
Yeah, you got to
Jeff.
read.
Jeff Klein.
Jeff Klein.
Remember Jeff?
Yes.
You guys can reminisce here in a little bit.
Okay, that's good.
Am I done now?
Do you want to be?
Oh, boy.
Okay. All right.
He's going to go call his wife
Bill
and apologize.
Seitz, my best buddy from way back when, thank you very much. You know I love you.
Thanks, guys. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yep. All right. The N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the through Odyssey app. Download the app whenever you want. Are you talking?
Yeah,
Yes,
yes.
I am.
Oh, okay. What do you say?
You could go to the App Store and get the InWheelTime.com app as well.
Oh, I didn't put that in the little thing that I read.
Well, that's why I was helping you out there.
Thank you.
Where are we
I'll try
going?
to remember that for next week. What did you say?
Where are we going? Where are you?
Oh, we're going to take a break.
Okay, that's
All right.
that's why I wanted to know because I'm not break ready.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you get there. Hey, we video stream our Facebook, YouTube, and In-Wheel Time broadcast. We also podcast from your favorite podcast provider, and you can find us on our new broadcast partner, Odyssey. Mm-hmm. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this break.
Free tacos again at the Tailpipes and Tacos pre-holiday cruise-in. It's been a while, but the popular Tailpipes and Tacos cruise-in returns to the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, Saturday, November 16th. Bring a new unwrapped toy and get a free breakfast taco. Toys will be donated to Toys for Tots and Houston Children's Charity. Get to the best and one of the last cruise-ins of the year. Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, November 16th, 8 to 11 a.m. Cruise in, donate a new unwrapped toy, and grab a free Loopy Tortilla breakfast taco. Tailpipes and Tacos only happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, 703 West Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of the Katy Freeway. It's the end of the year car show season, and what better way to celebrate than with a free taco and camaraderie at Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, November 16th, 8 to 11 a.m. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Bring a toy, get a free Loopy taco, and feel good about heading into the holiday season at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy. Is your car ready for that all-important holiday road trip? Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having another car social Saturday, December 7th, and you're invited. Bring your car, truck, or SUV and find out what it'll take to get that thing looking new again. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, camera installs, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Join the Car Social Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon. Talk to other owners and see how good your car can look on the road trip to Aunt Mary's. She'll want that good-looking ride in her driveway, I promise. Put it on your calendar. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Holiday Car Social and Road Trip Get Ready. Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then.
I am. Hey, the In-Wheel Time fall tour continues. Next, Tailpipes and Tacos cruise in. Loopy Tortilla in Katy next weekend. We'll elbow our way in to the Car Social at Gulf Coast Auto Shield. That's December 7th. We hope to stop by the In-Wheel Time broadcast booth and say hello. All right, time now for the racing calendar.
Racing calendar. Racing is ending for 2024 very soon. Tomorrow is the last NASCAR race. It is the championship. It is in Phoenix Raceway in Phoenix, Arizona. It starts at 3 p.m. and it's on NBC. Mike,
The Nobody Cares television
tickets
network.
are still
Thank you
available
very
if
much.
anybody wants to fly out there this afternoon. Then you got NHRA at the In-N-Out Burger NHRA Finals in Pomona, and that's November 17th.
I love Pomona.
Pomona, California, yay. And then, of course, my favorite, Don's favorite as well, is you've got the F1 racing that starts.
You'll have to ask Rob Geiger about
Yeah.
my adventures, our adventures into the Safeway in Pomona.
Well, I tell you what, F1's ending as well in end of November, so there you go.
Now, let's look at the auto history. Mr. Mars has that.
Yeah, it's a busy week in automotive history this week, so I had to kind of trim it down to some stories that I think are real interesting, and I hope you find them interesting. So November the 2nd, 1935, the Cord 810, known for its coffin nose design, debuted at the National Automobile Show. The luxurious vehicle was the first mass-produced American front-wheel drive car with independent front suspension. They were the first production cars to feature hidden headlights. They were offered through the 1937 model year with supercharged and non-supercharged versions. And, of course, the front end's what got it the name of the coffin nose Cord. Now, the first production Cords left the assembly line in February of 1936. By the time production ended in 1937, they had built a total of 2,971 1936 Cord models. Now, a single 1938 prototype also left the factory, and it remained tucked away in a garage for decades until a buyer found it in 1989.
Wow.
Pulled it out, and they restored it.
Wow.
And that's the last one that was ever built.
Cool.
Now, November the 3rd, the first modern auto show opened in Madison Square Gardens in New York, which is really what created a lot of automotive interest and exposure. That really wasn't
I was there for that.
I know. It really wasn't the first car show, but it was the first major show that was produced and sanctioned by a national organization, which was the Automobile Club of America. It cost a whole 50 cents to get in.
Dang.
So, November the 5th, 1985, patent lawyer George B. Selden filed the first patent, the U.S. patent for the internal combustion engine on May the 8th, 1879. Now, it included the application on the device on a four-wheel vehicle named the road engine. This was 8 years before the Benz patent motor wagon in Germany came up. So he made a lot of amendments to his application, which delayed the process for 16 years, and he finally received the patent on November the 5th, 1895. Now, he didn't start building cars. Instead, he took and sold the patent rights to people like Ford. And, of course, Ford and everybody started developing, and as the cars kind of evolved, they got into these patent lawsuits, and with their money and stuff, they managed to end George B. Selden's involvement because of the infringement lawsuits. But the one I really thought was interesting, November the 7th, 1991, the Trabant, I hope I'm saying that right, is a series of small cars produced from 1957 until 1991 in East Germany. Came in 4 models. It featured detachable Duraplast body panels, which is a hard plastic made from recycled cotton waste they got from the Soviet Union, and they put it with some rosins that they had in the East German dye industry.
Well, that's the Eastern Bloc stuff.
And then they put it on the galvanized steel unibody chassis, front-wheel drive, a Traverse 2-stroke engine, and it had independent suspension. Now, since the engine was a 2-stroke, they had to add oil to the 6.3-gallon fuel tank at a 50-to-1 ratio.
Look at that. It's got a K&N.
And each time you stopped to get gas, you had to get oil. Now, the countries
kind of like my weed eater.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got a K&N on his weed eater.
At the time, the contemporary gas stations in the countries where 2-stroke engines were common, they sold a pre-mixed gas oil mixture at the pump. But because the Trabant had no fuel pump, its fuel tank was located above the motor, so fuel could reach the carburetor by gravity feed. Earlier models had no fuel gauge either, so they had to go out and use a dipstick and start it into the tank to determine how much fuel remained in the car. Now, this eventually got to where
it sounds like something that would happen over in Neaterville.
Close. They called it, it got the nickname of a spark plug with a roof. Now, they built 3 million of these things produced. The older models are now being sought by collectors in the United States due to their low cost and their ability to import them. And if you go to Germany and you go to East Germany, there's actually a place that you can rent one of these that you can drive and tour Germany.
Why would you torture yourself that way? I don't want to drive.
I have no idea, but if you're going over there and you're going to East Germany, why not?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Stop at the Wiener Schnitzel store and load up.
Ooh, schnitzels.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do schnitzels every day. We got some car recalls to tell you about. Curtain airbags may not deploy in the Chrysler Pacifica and the Chrysler Voyager 2020 to 2023. Disabled electronic stability control for the Ram 1500 for 2025. Cadillac XT4 that they're not going to make anymore for 2025. Passenger side airbag may deploy improperly.
Dang.
That's the reason they're going to stop building it. Nissan Z 23 to 24. Pop-up engine hood may not activate in crash.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what that is, but whatever. Rear view camera image may not display in the Ford and the Lincoln Explorer and Aviator for 2025. Mustang for 2024, blank instrument panel display. And here's more Ford stuff. Rear wheel may lock up or separate from the axle. Ford Transit 23 to 24. Martha, something's wrong back there in the back. We ain't going down the road no more.
You picked a fine time to leave me loose wheel. Yeah.
Rear view camera may not display the image on the Ford F-250, 350, and 450, 23-24 model years. Disabled emergency call system. Guess you probably won't even know because you're not disabled. It's disabled. S500, S580, S580, 2021. Oh, that's a Mercedes Maybach too. Mercedes GLC 300, incorrectly attached driver's seat rail. And for you Ferrari owners, loose drive shaft screws. That's always a good thing. The Ferrari F8 Spider, the Portofino M, and the Roma Spider, 23-24. And those are your recalls. All right. Time now for a quick break. We'll wrap up today's show here on In Wheel Time after this.
The holidays are upon us, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories is your local one-stop for the auto enthusiast on your gift list. Pro-Am Auto has been serving Houston since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am was one of the very first distributors in the U.S. for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier shopping corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse and showroom with installation and service bays. Pro-Am reaches a worldwide audience through ProAmAuto.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. Holiday gift giving is alive and well at Pro-Am Auto. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
Hey, Houston, it's back! America's greatest hot rod tradition is Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 days of hot rods, customs, trucks, and muscle cars. Don't miss the Evel Knievel tribute. The Megamorph. Transforming robot car. Lowrider Showcase. Meet Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard. Hip-hop legend Flava Flav. Farm Truck and Asian from Street Outlaws. Autorama. Thanksgiving weekend. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check out our website, inwheeltime.com. Follow us on Facebook. Give us a like. Tell your car friends about us and share our stuff if you will. And we'll keep you connected to all things automotive all week long. Reach out to us 24/7 via email. info@inwheeltime.com is our address. We like car pics, so send us some of your car with a description and any info you want to include, and we'll feature it on a future show. When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the Odyssey radio app as well as the In Wheel Time app. Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider. We live stream this show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time video technical director is We Need More Jeff Zekin. For booking agents, video editor and people finder Mike Out of This World Mars, and Chief Engineer David Ainsley, I'm Don Armstrong. Next week, we invite you to the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, just south of I-10, the Katy Freeway at Kingsland Boulevard. Our live broadcast next week, special time, 8 a.m. to 11 Central Time. Be safe out there. Enjoy the great weekend coming up. We'll see you next week.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.